What would you sell your soul for? Seriously. Infinite knowledge? Unlimited power? It's a question that echoes through so many of our stories, but it really all started with one man. So today, let's get into it. Let's dive into the original, the ultimate deal with the devil, Christopher Marlowe's incredible tragedy, Doctor Faustus. We throw this term around all the time, right? A Faustian bargain. It's become this easy shorthand for any time someone sacrifices their morals for, a big promotion or success. But this phrase, it isn't just a metaphor. It comes from a very real and, frankly, a very terrifying story.
And that's really the big question, isn't it? Before the phrase existed, there was the man. And to really understand the deal, you have to understand the guy who was willing to sign the contract in the first place.
Okay, so picture this. We're in the middle of the Renaissance. It's a time of huge change, right? People are questioning old ideas, they're celebrating human potential, and right at the center of all that energy, we have a scholar who embodies all that ambition, for better and for much, much worse.
So this is Dr. Faustus, and he's not just some guy, he's a certified genius. He came from a poor family but was so brilliant he rose to the top, mastering every major field of study. But here's the thing about Faustus. Being the smartest man alive just isn't enough. He's hit the ceiling of human knowledge, and honestly, he's bored. He just looks at all the things he's learned and dismisses them one by one. He looks at medicine and says, yeah, but can it make people live forever? Nope. He calls law external trash. He even casts aside religion, basically arguing that since everyone sins, everyone's damned anyway, so what's the point? He figures the only path left to get real, godlike power is black magic. And, what's so fascinating is the guy who wrote all this, the playwright Christopher Marlowe. Just look at the parallels. Like Faustus, Marlowe was the son of a shoemaker who shot to fame because of his incredible mind. He became a literary rock star, maybe even a government spy, and then was killed in a tavern brawl when he was only 29. It's hard not to see a bit of Marlowe's own dangerous ambition in his most famous character.
So Faustus's mind is made up. There's no turning back. He takes that final, fateful step and summons a demon to make an offer that will seal his doom and create the single most famous contract in all of literature.
And the deal itself is shockingly simple. Faustus does the ritual, and up pops Mephistopheles, a demon who serves Lucifer. Faustus just lays it all out. I'll give my soul to your boss, Lucifer. In return, I want 24 years of absolute power. And you, Mephistopheles, you have to be my servant, ready to do whatever I ask. But the second he makes this decision, this internal war just breaks out inside him. And we see it on stage as these two figures. It's the classic angel and devil on the shoulder. The good angel keeps whispering, hey, it's not too late, you can still repent. But the evil angel is right there in his other ear saying, nope, you're already doomed, might as well enjoy it. They're basically the two halves of Faustus's own conscience, battling it out.
And this next moment is so symbolic. To seal the deal, Mephistopheles says it has to be signed in blood, Faustus's life force. But as Faustus cuts his arm to sign, his blood thickens up. It stops flowing. It's this powerful supernatural warning. It's as if his own body is screaming, don't do it. But Mephistopheles, of course, brings some hot coals to melt the blood, and just like that, the deal is done. All right, so Faustus has it all now, everything he ever wanted. Godlike power at his fingertips. So what's the first thing he does? Well, this is where the real tragedy, the deep, deep irony of the whole story really kicks in.
I mean, just listen to his ambition here. He's talking about becoming the emperor of the world, redrawing the maps, unlocking all the secrets of the cosmos. This is the guy who thought medicine and law were too small time for him. He has these massive, world-changing plans. So, does he do any of it? Nope, not a single thing. Instead of commanding armies, he uses Mephistopheles to turn invisible and steal the Pope's dinner. Instead of changing the world, he makes horns grow out of a knight's head because the guy annoyed him. He basically becomes a glorified court magician, a cosmic prankster. And that, right there, is the real tragedy. See, the sin didn't just damn his soul for later, it rotted his mind right now. The brilliant intellect that had mastered every subject known to man is reduced to playing cheap gags. He literally traded eternity for the power to summon some out-of-season grapes. It just shows how hollow and corrupting his ambition really was.
So those 24 years just fly by in a blur of these silly little tricks. And then, all at once, time is up, and what follows is honestly one of the most chilling, terrifying scenes in the history of theater.
His friends have all left to go pray for his soul. Faustus is left totally alone on stage with a clock. He has exactly 60 minutes until the demons show up to collect. And for the very first time, the true, crushing weight of what he's done finally hits him. In these last, desperate moments, he finally gets it. He finally sees what he gave away. He screams that he wants to leap up to God, but he feels something physically holding him back. He has this vision of Christ's blood in the sky and realizes with absolute clarity that just one single drop could save him. But he can't bring himself to truly ask for it. And this brings up this huge debate that's right at the heart of the play. Was Faustus doomed from the start, or did he choose this? Check out this tiny but crucial difference between the two versions of the play that survived. In one, the good angel says it's never too late if Faustus will repent, which implies it's his choice. But in the other, it says if he can repent, which suggests he might actually be predestined for hell, physically unable to choose good. It's a question Marlowe brilliantly leaves us to wrestle with. But in the end, whether it was fate or free will, the result is the same. The clock strikes 12. The stage directions are simple and just brutal. Devils enter, and they drag the screaming Faustus off the stage, down to hell forever. So, Faustus is gone, but his story, man, it has haunted our culture for more than 400 years. So what's the final message here? What are we supposed to take away from this terrifying fall from grace? Well, the play's chorus comes back on stage for one last speech and basically spells out the official moral of the story. They warn the audience to look at what happened to Faustus and to be really careful about chasing knowledge that humans weren't meant to have, a classic warning against ambition. But really, it's so much deeper than just that, you know? It's a timeless story about what we value. Is power in this world really worth more than your soul? Faustus completely undervalued what he had, his soul, the chance for grace, and way overvalued what he wanted. And that right there was his ultimate undoing. And that kind of leaves us with one last thought. Faustus was a man of the Renaissance, chasing the forbidden knowledge of his time. Today, in an age of AI and limitless information, where technology gives us powers that he could only dream of, it's really worth asking ourselves, what are our modern unlawful things? What are the lines we're tempted to cross for just a little more power, a little more knowledge?